call it a game changer, and you're not far away from it. Call it mind-blowing, and you're also saying the truth. Immigration Minister again, he has come again, and now there's an hint that there's going to be a change in the postgraduate work permit for international students that come into Canada to come and study. That is the news, that is the hint that we're getting from immigration, from consultants, from stakeholders in the industry, that there might be a slight change in the postgraduate work permit for international students that come to study in Canada. So that is what I'll be dissecting in this episode today. You know, once those news break, I always try as much as possible to bring it to you so that you can actually act on it. Right? So get a cup of water, get a coffee, whatever you want to get. Let's talk about this. Okay viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. I sit over my humble self, MC Bernardino. This is Canada Reality, where I dish out content for those that are already in Canada and those that are aspiring to migrate into Canada. Is this your first time on this YouTube channel? Please do me the honor, hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that anytime I drop a video, you always be among the first to get it. And for our returning viewers, thank you very much for believing in. Alright, so based on the information that we're getting from the stakeholders in the immigration industry, and especially from an immigration minister that hinted about it some months ago, that there's going to be a slight change in the postgraduate work permit for international students that come into Canada. Don't forget that presently now what's obtainable is that as an international student that come and study in Canada, if you do a 1-year program, you are entitled to a 1-year postgraduate work permit, and if you do 2 or more years, you are entitled to 3 years postgraduate work permit. That has been in operation since 2008 when the policy was changed to what is obtainable now. But now there might be a kind of a paradigm shift in what is obtainable. So what led to this change is that the immigration department sent out a survey to institutions, to universities, to colleges, to stakeholders in the immigration space, trying to get their feedback on the policy that they want to postulate and how they will effect it. And that it was that survey that people got an hint of, and they felt that for them to actually think about this survey, then that means that there's something that is cooking, there's something that is coming up. So this is more like a wake-up call for international students that are already in Canada, or those that are aspiring to come into Canada, so that they will not be caught unaware. So what is this change all about? This change is likely to see, so now what they want to do now is that they want to only grant postgraduate work permit to certain program, so to certain graduates of some program. So now they want to make postgraduate work permits based on the need of the economy. So now, I mean, randomly they don't just want to just grant 3 years postgraduate work permit to anybody, but now they want to make sure now that you can only be given 2 or more years postgraduate work permit if you study in demand program that will help to raise the economy of Canada, because it has been discovered over time that there are some professions, there are some courses that people are not studying. There are some professionals that are actually there are lack of skilled manpower in those industry, and they want to try as much as possible to encourage, to promote those industry so that people can actually study those courses and actually help to stimulate the economy in the positive direction. And that's why they feel that instead of just granting postgraduate work permit to anybody that just study any program, rather why not just fine-tune it to those in-demand sectors so that they can actually promote the economy in general. So not only that, in addition to these two, there's also an hint that subsequently now, when the rule is finally legislated, that in order for you to qualify for postgraduate work permit, you might need to do English test. Recall that normally you only do English test if you're applying for a provincial nominee or any pathway, Canadian Experience Class, Express Entry, First W. That's only when you need to do your English test. But now there's probably going to be a need for you to do that if you will be applying for your postgraduate work permit. Don't forget that I said that everything is still a bit sketchy now. We will know more about it, as things progress, but this is just an hint based on what Mark Miller, the immigration minister, said, and also based on the survey that was carried out by the immigration department regarding postgraduate work permits. Alright, so now this survey that I'm talking about was sent out by a department in the immigration of Canada. Let's look at what's the composition, what are those questions that were included in the survey so that we can better understand what we are looking at. So there are 8 questions included in the survey, and the first one stated, if the permit eligibility were restricted based solely on occupation in shortage, and corresponding program of study. Which occupation should be included based on the needs in this area? The second one, what, if any, cohort should be exempted from these changes, such as Francophone students or graduate degree program or others? The third one, should international students be required to demonstrate proof of job offered aligned with occupational shortage list in order to hold a postgraduate work permit beyond 1 year? The next one, should any other eligibility criteria such as language, provincial support, etc., apart from job offer, be applied in postgraduate work permit seeking to extend their permit past 1 year? The next one, what is your view of applying this labor market based change to postgraduate work permit eligibility to all graduates upon announcement this year, rather than grandfathering students who are already studying in Canada at the time of implementation? So that is the composition of the survey that was sent to stakeholders in the immigration sphere. Now you can see obviously now that based on this, they are trying to state that if you study as an international student, irrespective of how many years program you study in Canada, you will only be entitled to 1 year. But the only reason why you can get more than 1 year is if you do some certain courses that are in demand that can help stimulate the economy based on probably labor shortage and the likes. That's when you can get more. So they are trying to get feedback of these stakeholders, and that will form the solid rock of what the policy that they will be proposing will be all about. Another thing they're also being careful about is that the present international students that are in Canada, they also want to get the opinion of these stakeholders that by the time they make these policies, those international students that are presently studying in Canada, will they be grandfathered or will they be affected? So what they're trying to say in essence is that by the time they make this policy, will it affect those that are already in Canada or those that will be subsequently coming into Canada after the rule is made? So that's what they mean by that grandfathering. In most cases, it doesn't really affect international students that are here, but we don't know. Let's see. Let's keep our fingers crossed and see how things will unfold. Okay, now let's talk about what is the effect of this. I mean, when they finally make this policy, what will be the effect? How will it affect people? So there are so many people with diverse opinion regarding this. Some said that it will have a positive effect, and some said it's negative. All right, so those that feel it's going to be positive is they are coming from the angle of the economy, because they feel this will stimulate the economy, this will help to balance things, this will help to correct labor shortage and help Canada grow as a whole, because those sectors like the construction sector, the health sector that have been suffering labor shortage, then those sectors, if programs are directed in these areas to help stimulate the economy in this direction, and more people will do courses in this direction because they are sure that they will get more than 1 year postgraduate work permit. And on the other side, those that feel this is not good are the international students, because now they feel that they will not be able to do the course they really want to do, but rather they will be forced to do what we give them 3 years postgraduate work permit. So imagine yourself, you want to be an accountant, you want to be whatever, but just because those courses are not going to give you that 3 years, you might have to find yourself in the construction sector, because the primary aim of an international student is to get a longer year postgraduate work permit so that you can be able to apply for your Canadian Experience class or your Express Entry or provincial nominee as the case is. Viewers, let me know in the comment section, what is your opinion? What do you think about this new policy that might be legislated anytime soon? Do you think that it is okay for them to fine-tune postgraduate work permit based on the demand of the economy, or do you feel it is okay the way it is now, they should just leave it? Let me know in the comment section. I have my own opinion, but I would like to read what your own opinion is in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please hit on the like button, share this video with whoever you feel will benefit from it. If you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, please endeavor to subscribe and turn on the notifications so that anytime I drop a video, you'll always be among the first to get it. Till I see you in my next video, peace out, stay out of trouble.